If you are a groundnut soup lover, you are definitely going to love this recipe. So today I'm sharing groundnut soup recipe that my mom made a few days ago, and it was paired with Kokonte, abitie, Chris Brown, or face the wall as most people like to call it. So if you're a lover of groundnut soup and face the wall or Kokonte, you definitely need to keep watching this video. Here are the base ingredients: ginger, garlic, pepper, tomatoes, and onions, and then the groundnut paste. You're going to put the groundnut paste in a bowl with water or a pan with water and then mix that. As you are mixing this, you're also going to blend your pepper, onion, tomatoes, ginger, and garlic. There are so many different ways to do this, but that's how my mom does it. And I really love this process. So once it's done, I'm going to add the blended stuff to the peanut butter and the water and mix that thoroughly till everything is well combined. Make sure that the fire is not too high, otherwise it's going to burn quickly. I'm also going to make sure that you keep mixing it till you start getting this consistency, and then you keep mixing it so that it doesn't burn or stick to the bottom of the pot. Some people decide to add tomato paste at this point, or even add tomato paste to the peanuts, butter, or the groundnut paste and blend it and then pour it into the meat and all of that. There are several ways to do it. Nobody is wrong. At the end of the day, the end result is what matters. So as you can see, the fire is working and things are getting good. And I know so many people ask, how do I know if the groundnut paste is ready? You know it's ready when oil settles on top of it. So as you keep stirring, you'll get to a point where it looks like this and there's oil on it and it becomes thicker. At this point, it's ready. You can set that aside. So for the protein I'm going to use for the soup, we have beef or cow meat. We have smoked catfish, or adjene as we say in our local dialect, and then fresh mackerel, as some people call it salmon, but it's not salmon. You're then going to season your beef with some onions, a little bit of water, and then beef seasoning or any seasoning at all that you prefer. And I'm going to keep this on fire so the meat is tender and chewable. As you can see, the kind of beef you are using, it's very hard. The back is very hard, so you have to boil it extra to make sure that whoever is eating the food doesn't have a hard time chewing it. And we are doing it the local way with our coal pot and all of that, so we had to fan it so that the fire would be able to cook the meat properly. So at this point, we went on to the next stage, which is now adding in the steamed peanut or groundnut paste. So this is how it's looking. It was looking so good. And the meat smells so good. Trust me, it was all over. The aroma was all over the place. So a little side note here. Some people decide to wash their tomatoes and onions and then add it to the soup. And then later on, they'll remove the onions and tomatoes, blend it and add it to it. This is not going to happen in this part because we've already blended that with the groundnut paste and then we've steamed that together. So now you're going to add your desired water based on how you want it to be. Some people like very thick groundnut soup. Others also like light groundnut soup. So based on your preference, you're going to add the water inside and then we're going to stir everything together. Look at how nice it's looking. It's looking so good. Then we're going to cover this for it to cook properly before we add in the rest of our protein, salt, and all of that. Next, tomato paste also goes in at this point. And as I mentioned, everybody has their method of cooking. Some people decide to add the tomato paste at the very beginning. Some people add the tomato paste to the peanuts and then blend it. None of it is wrong. Everybody has their method. At the end of the day, if it's nice to you, the soup is nice to you, it's a win. You are okay. So I'm going to start adding in our other proteins. So you saw that there was smoked catfish. And with that, my mom smokes the head just a bit to add more flavor. Then she washed it and then added it to the soup. With groundnut soup, you can add anything at all, any kind of meat, any kind of protein at all that you desire, right? We're also going to add momone or cured fish, which is the secret ingredient. If you don't like it, I'm sorry for you because it has this wonderful aroma and taste that it gives to the soup. So we're going to leave the soup to be on fire for some time. Now let's go on to our abitie or kokonte. Unfortunately, my mom forgot that I was filming the recipe, so it was at this point that she remembered that I wasn't around. I was doing something indoors and she was supposed to call me when she started. So this is where I got the clip from. So here she's just, doing her thing. So I know some of you were waiting to get the whole recipe. I would have to film a new recipe with her because she forgot to call me for the entire thing. But this is how it was looking like. It was actually looking really, really good. There were no lumps and then the skin was very smooth and it was really good. I'm not a big fan of it. I don't remember the last time I ate. I think it's been more than 10 years. It's a food that I didn't get exposed to growing up. So I don't eat it. But yesterday, the soup looked so good. Look at the soup. Look at the color. Look at everything in the soup. Look at how the soup is just looking. It was looking so good for me not to want to try. So I took just a little and I tried it. So you guys will see very soon me taking my portion. So this is what I got. And then even with this, I told my mom that it was too much. So I made her take half from it. But for presentation's sake, assorted soup, right? It's looking so good. And please forget about the looking. It was so delicious. So for presentation's sake, please, I didn't eat all this. I didn't chew all this meat. It wasn't for only me. It was for presentation, right? And if you like kokonte and groundnut soup, please just follow this step by step. Especially the soup, follow it step by step. Trust me, you're going to get this result. And your family is going to enjoy this so much. They'll come back for more. Please don't forget to subscribe so that you get more recipes like this. I post recipes every Wednesdays and Sundays. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.